3, 2, 1.
Tell me this, obviously, and maybe it's a bit of a dirty question, but surely, as because now you mentioned, obviously, Cartoon Network had an influence on even the number of heroes and things like that, because obviously Ben 10 became a big franchise and merchandise, I assume, was big. Of the heroes that came out, I'm not going to ask you which one was your favorite. Were there some that you hated, maybe?
That's really interesting. I have a tendency to not like heroes that are too overpowered. I'm not a big fan of Alien X, to be quite honest. Those type of characters they're more difficult to tell stories, and all of a sudden, what happens with those kind of characters, and at least in my world, I get this an awful lot on on social media, is people start power scaling, like who's going to win in a fight, and everybody wants the character that they love. Everybody wants Ben to beat the Green Lantern, or to beat Superman, or to beat you name it. And everybody's trying to figure out how. And Alien X becomes one of these characters that kind of just stops conversations because he could do everything. So
Alien X.
Yeah.
I
like characters that I like characters that have one ability, clear cut, and then you use it in interesting ways. Or Ben uses it in interesting ways, imaginative ways.
Yeah. But everybody on internet is so fascinated with Alien X because he is obviously supposedly omnipotent and everything. But on the first appearance, if I remember correctly, it's the one with the battle. Was it the bridge or something when he turned into Alien X, and nobody knew what happened. He was frozen and everything. So there's this character which is omnipotent, but it starts with a mystery, and it remains a mystery for a long time. So
that was how we decided to limit his power, or the power was to make it an indecisive character, make it something that had to argue. It takes a time, and in of itself, that's an interesting story. But how many times can you tell that story? Every time that that's just. So it's got a short run. But the potential for the character. A lot of people there's a huge group of people that really love Alien X. That's their favorite. But I also think that people who, some people just love the character that can do it all. I guess we all do in some, but not from a storytelling point of view. From a storytelling point of view, I love characters that have a lot of problems. I like that they have to figure it out, because that feels more real to me. Even if we're talking about heightened characters and heightened powers and things like that, we still have to figure stuff out.
But there is also, I think there's a bit of a trend of that now with those kinds of characters. Yeah. I've seen it in anime, especially.
Absolutely.
These stories, and especially now because they're also much more on the good guy side. You present a character that's a godly in the universe, and it becomes hard down the line to write for that character, because you kind of, Jujutsu Kaisen fans will burn me now, but it becomes hard to figure it out, the equation with this kind of, because you write yourself kind of in the corner a little bit.
And you can solve that corner a couple of times, and it can be quite satisfying when you do. And it only creates more popularity for that character. But those corners keep on showing up. I think something like My Hero Academia is another great one. He's knows everything, loves everything, but can't do anything. That kind of character is a really fun character too.
We stay genuine, uncensored, and unscripted, and we always will, as we have to order our usual. Share us and subscribe us, and stay tuned until the next Wednesday. Ikuzo!